What up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm excited. I've been waiting for this thing for so long, it seems like. When the whole COVID-19 happened, man, it just put everything in like shambles in the car industry world, parts world, manufacturers, everything. And today, look at that. Oh, yes, sir. Guess what? We finally got a steering column. I don't know if you guys have been watching the channel. If you guys have not, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the bell for notifications every time we have a new posting. But if you guys have not been following, check it out. This is what the interior is looking like. So the other day, guys, I put that in as well. We got the center console kind of in there for the most part. I do want to probably order a new shifter handle, probably change that one out eventually, but this steering column, I've had such bad luck with the old one I had. I should say new/old. I had bought one a long time ago off a buddy of mine, and it's still sitting back there in this corner. We're gonna actually have to pull it out. And it was just like a aftermarket or probably eBay special column. I don't know what it was, but we went to start the car and we had all kinds of crazy lights going on with the turn signals, and the car wouldn't even start, like it wouldn't even crank. And come to find out, the switch and the rod that kind of pulls that switch back and forth was not working, and it really throws for a loop. But finally, now guess what? We stopped messing around, just went straight to the top of the line. Guys, doing the best at this new steering column retro replacement for these old Chevelles. So I am super excited to announce I have partnered up with the guys over at Ididit, and I cannot wait to see what they sent us. And I'm excited. I'm super excited because we finally get a steering column that not only fits, that actually works the way it should be, better than stock. So I'm excited. So let's open this thing up and let's get it installed. How about that? Oh man, that looks good. Golly, look at the, oh my God, I'm excited. I'm excited. Damn, that looks good, y'all. I am so excited. You know what really excites me the most though is, guess what? That key right now. We finally got a key for the Frankenstein. Man, that looks so good. Now this is the tilt column as well, guys. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but we got the tilt. We want to be able to adjust that steering column up and down. And look, I mean, you can just see the quality of it right away. I'll bring the other one out here in a second. I mean, the other one didn't even have these, and these are the ones that you really need to mount that thing. I had a hell of a time trying to figure out how to mount that thing. I mean, shoot, even the wire loom. Look at the wire loom, the quality of wire loom and wire. And you guys know I'm a wire nut freak when it comes to stuff like that. It looks so good. God, I'm excited to put this thing in. We're going to put our quick release hub on it as well. Man, look, even the horn contact, it's even got their logo on it. I did it. So it also came with a few extra parts as well that you're going to need to install. Look at that, even the hardware for the screws to mount that thing. Of course, our levers, an extra connector, a sticker. I love stickers. Horn contact, yeah, buddy. So what else we got? Okay, looks like we have a couple horn relays. Looks like it, let's see. Let's open this thing up, see what we got here. Looks like it could be for ignition as well. So let's open those up and God, look. Oh yeah, look, we got it. Now we actually have our key for the car, and guess what? Bam! It's gonna go right onto the old Goose Performance key tag. I can't wait to put that on, guys. If you guys need a key tag, let me know. Wrench time, Eco Seat Time, we'll get one out to you, or check the website at gooseperformance.com. Yeah, buddy, we finally got a key. Let me grab that other steering column. We'll put it up here. We'll remove the quick release hub, put it on there as well, get everything set up before the install. All right, now we got the new Ididit column along with this junk column that has no name. looks like doo-doo, but look at this thing, guys. Can you hear that? I mean, this thing just spins freely without even the key being turned. But we got to get that NRG hub off. We'll do that probably in a different video, but I do want to go over a little bit about the wiring on this thing and how this thing works, because the old style had the old switch that was attached here with the rod like so. So that's probably what you'll have and kind of what we had going on. And the new one will just have this 4-pin connector, this male, and that will get attached to this new relay harness that's here right into that guy there. And then we'll talk about these other relays and how this plugs up underneath your dash. They give you a few adapters that you're going to need. Every car might be a little bit different. Mine's going to be a little bit different because I have the Ron Francis wiring system in here. We'll touch that. We'll touch bases on that as well. And then these relays, you're wondering what the hell are the relays for? Well, you don't want 70 amps going through that steering column of yours, you know, when you're starting this thing. Because from factory, a lot of the factory fuse boxes, that's kind of, they were set up. So they designed this thing so that way you're not getting all that amperage running through that column, and it'll allow your ignition switch to last a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and throw this in real quick, get it lined up. That's another thing is very important, is making sure this thing is lined up. You're going to want to reference that turn signal lever. I don't have it on yet, but we're actually going to take it off the old one. They do give you a new one, but I'm going to use those because those are already powder coated. So that's where it goes. Here you're going to have a screw and it'll drop right in there. And make sure that's to your left and about a 9 o'clock position, along with your switch obviously is to your right hand side. So make sure you position this column correctly. But let's get it over to the car and then we'll talk about a little bit about this wiring setup. Let's get down and dirty with it real quick. Now, if you guys have not removed your steering column, please do so. You should have you're gonna have this bracket, this clamshell here, holding it up like so. You'll have those 2 nuts that hold it on, and then you'll have a couple screws that hold it to the actual column. And then you'll have that plate there. That guy goes underneath there as well through your firewall, and then obviously disconnect your shaft from the actual steering box. But before we go ahead, I should say, and replace the column itself, I want to get down to the nitty-gritty, to the wiring, the thing that everybody dreads. Now remember, they gave us this relay kit. Now what I did, I found a place for you guys. You guys don't have to do the dirty work. I went ahead and did already. I located them right there. I don't know if you guys can see them right on the driver's side panel here, this kick panel right in there. So I mounted them in there, got them all mounted up in there, ready to go. So I feel like that's a good spot. So you should have about 24 inches from the steering column to the wiring, I should say, the connector on the actual column itself. So it should be plenty of length. Now I went ahead and did them in here, and then I'm going to take these and route them through here. I kind of cut mine a while back in this area just because I'm putting a speaker in here, and I needed a little bit more clearance from my speaker. So if you guys need a cut, you might have to cut a hole just to run your wires through. If not, you can run them up and over. And then also you're going to want to find a good ground. This thing also comes with a ground. A lot of times if you guys are having problems it's starting, 99% of the time it's a ground issue. So remember that, find a good ground, get that grounded up. So the other connector you're going to have off your, I should say, your column is going to be the other end, the male end for this particular switch here, turn signal switch. This is a turn signal switch connector. You plug that right in, plug and play, no big deal. And now the other one is going to be something to look just something like this, right? This is kind of a traditional style connector that plugs into something like that, right? These are the ones that plugged in, that run, I should say, on your steering columns, and that rod will go up and down, activating basically that ignition switch. So throw that away, get rid of that. Mine will be a little bit different. Ron Francis actually gives us a little bit of breakdown in comparison to what we have traditionally. So see, my red is red, which is fine. My brown is brown, which is fine, accessories. Now purple and pink, which would be in your traditional car, is going to be blue and orange for me. So remember that if you guys have a Ron Francis kit, so blue in a sense will take in place of purple, which is your starter. Pink is your ignition. In this case, my orange would be my ignition. So we're gonna de-pin this. All you gotta do is take a flathead screwdriver, pry it in there, and that pin will come right out. And then you'll use these adapter harnesses to splice everything in along with the connectors. So let's do so now. Get that out of the way. Once again, all you gotta do is take that screwdriver, stick it in there, small screwdriver, get in there and release that pin, and it should slide right out like that. So shouldn't be too hard. Undo that one and just keep working them out just like that. Pretty easy. Bam. So we're gonna start with the red. We only have one red, right? So we're gonna go ahead and plug that guy in. So we're just gonna take this guy, they should be in the kit, and push it in there, and that's it. Gun shouldn't come right out. Plug that in. To the red, Let's go with the brown. Brown's the accessories because we know brown's to brown. So we're actually going to steal the other connector off that pigtail there because we're not going to need the two leads like that for the red. So we're going to take that one and use it on the brown because they only provided us with one of those. So you just take your brown wire, insert the new connector, should snap in. Just like that. Now these are the two that are a little bit different for us. You guys should just have a purple and a pink, I should say, ignition and starter. So our ignition is orange, which is going to be our pink. So we're going to make sure we line that up correctly. So we got pink, so that'll go on the top, and then blue will be our purple, which is our starter solenoid. If you feel like it's not clicking in, it's not staying in, make sure you have that tab, pry that tab up a little bit, make sure it sticks. That's what actually keeps that terminal in there. I can get it to stick in there. There we go. So we know that's our ignition. It'll sit on the top. Purple is our starter. Just like that. Easy peasy. So you connect that one to there, and that should be it. That should be all your connections. This one, don't worry about too much, guys. This is my own thing. This is a Ron Francis deal. This is for a neutral safety switch, which I do not have in the car, so it's just bypassed. So all you'll have is the one connector left in here, and that'll be the one from the column and your turn signal switch, and that's it. You're done wiring. Easy, easy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull these off real quick, rerun them through the top and through the side, and then we'll get the column in. So once you have it through that hole at the firewall, and then you have that plate at the firewall in as well, ready to go. So what I come to find out is that I found it a little better and a little easier, I should say, is to actually have this C-clamp. Go ahead and bolt the C-clamp to the column before you put the column up, because once you try to get that column up there and bolt the C-clamp up, it's going to be a little bit harder to line that up, and this makes it 10 times easier, it seems like, to just go ahead and bolt it up now. So there's no, you take the guessing out of it, and you just bolt it right in and you're ready to go. Also, another thing is that you'll have this channel in here make sure that's where your wires are running through that channel so nothing gets pinched and caught up, and then you have a grounding issue, or even worse, an electrical fire. So make sure that's all good to go. But I'm gonna get these bolts in real quick, and then we'll get the 2 bolts to hold it up in, and then we'll get it bolted down with the firewall and then connected to our gearbox. All right, everyone, so we got the kick panel back on. We're gonna have to wait to put this cover back on because you have these little nut inserts that go in here, and I do not have any right now. So, but if you guys are just doing this on your stock car, you should have them there. This is all new install, so don't worry about mine. But you want to make sure that that back plate gets installed as well. Maybe you're gonna have 2 bolts that tighten this thing up, top and bottom, so make sure you put those in there. Should be like a 10mm along with the bolts that go through the firewall. That's all tightened up underneath the column as well. Those are all good to go there. And tape is off as well. It was a little bit of pain in the butt because it got tight in here, so make sure you guys take that tape off. Maybe give yourself a little bit of time before you tighten everything up before removing that tape. But all we have is left is the engine bay side and hooking up the actual steering shaft to the gearbox, and we'll get that done right now. But I want to show you guys to prove all our wiring is correct. Should be able to look at that. Bam. Accession. Man, that was quick. That responded really quick. Look at that. So everything looks like it should be wired correctly. God, that's so smooth. But look, I even try to give you guys a crank. It won't start, but look, just so you guys know I'm not messing with you. Let's see. Yeah, it's dead. But look how easy that was. See? Battery's dead, guys. We've had the door open, but good to go. So on the next video, do not go anywhere. Next video, we'll install the quick release hub along with the steering wheel. So if you guys want to see that, stay tuned for the next video. But man, I'm so glad. I'm so happy with this Ididit column. We do also have to install the turn signal lever, but that's just 1 screw here, and we'll get that off the other column that we have over there on the bench. So all you guys should have left is actually to hook up your steering column to your gearbox, and that's gonna obviously connect your steering shaft down to your steering column. Get that all hooked up. Now with mine, I would show you, but mine's kind of a little bit different. I'm gonna have to order a new joint here, because if you look, my old steering shaft, that POS that we had in here, was a D shaft style, and the new one from Ididit, it's splined. So we're just gonna have to order a new joint to get that to work. But you guys shouldn't have a problem. The factory style should be that spline style. Mine's an aftermarket, adjustable aftermarket. But as soon as we get that, we can put that on, and we'll be all connected to all the steering components up front. And once again, all we got, I guess, is left is really that steering wheel set up with that quick disconnect hub. So stay tuned for that next video. Until then, stay wrenching.